Oh, hey. Didn't see you there.
We're just enjoying a nice hot summer day at the Wolf campus, cooling ourselves off with a hot cup of Joe.
Not just any Joe, though. Dandelion Joe.
Welcome to Dandelion 101.
This is the Wannabes.
Swoop over here.
Here we've got our fantastic kitchen. This is where the magic happens. Starting all the way, why don't you swoop on over here?
Come on over, come on over.
Hey,
Here we have a nice
stage.
Here we have a nice dandelion root. Not to be confused with hairy cat's ears, which has fuzz all over it. Take a nice look at these leaves.
Man, this coffee is piping hot. I almost burned my tongue.
And as you can see, the roots are all dirty and disgusting and not particularly tasty. So we washed them off.
And now look how pretty they look. Gorgeous. Look at those. Look at that color, that nice blonde color. Soon to be scorched into coffee.
After that, we diced it up. You can either use a knife, food processor, whatever you have. If you're out in the middle of the woods, you're going to want to go with a knife.
This is fantastic.
If you're
gorgeous.
In a nice remote home location, you can use a food processor.
Let's get this cranking. Let's roast us some coffee. We're going to turn on the gas here. Oh, I just turned on the wrong burner. Oh, there we go. We're going to put her on full blast. Got a nice stick to stir it with. We can't let the grounds totally burn now.
So there's two different roasting processes. This is the quick way, where you just throw it in a cast iron pan and scorch it, make it nice and black, and just very similar to coffee. If you want a lighter blonde roast, you don't roast it as long. If you want a dark roast, that's stronger, you burn it. If you want to go really high tech, you can actually roast this the same way you would roast coffee in an oven. That's what we did here. But we wanted to show both methods. That's why we have some stuff here that's roasted in an oven, and we're going to demonstrate this stuff here. So if you want to come in here and take a look at the already roasted classic roast, Wolf Buck's Howling Roast.
Listen to that grit. That's just beautiful. Look, you can see the wonderful blonde coloration on that. That stuff, that's the good stuff.
After that, very similar to coffee, this would basically be the bean stage of coffee, although it comes from a root, so it's not a bean. Throw it in your coffee grinder, and in the same exact format as coffee, you just pop it in there, plug it into the wall, and grind it, and it becomes pretty similar to this. This is a really coarse grind. It could be finer. The stuff in here is a very fine powder. And the same way as coffee, you get over to the French press. Charles, what do?
All you have to do, you throw your grounds in there at the bottom, just as if there was no water in here. You just throw them in. Then you pour the water on top. Water comes up. You throw this lid on top. Get it level with the water. You let it steep, about 5 minutes at least. That way you assure the full body flavor comes out of the coffee. Then what you do is you give it the final shabam. You take the plunger. You have to do this carefully now. You have to carefully push it down and just squeeze all that dandelion out into the water. This isn't easy now. No amateurs allowed. Oh, there we go.
What do you do after that?
Then you take your coffee, you pour it in a nice big cup. Oh, look at that. Zoom in on that. That's beautiful. Yeah.
Then what do?
Then you jug it
back
like a champ.
One thing to note about dandelion coffee is if you chug it too swiftly, it's diuretic. I think that's what the term is.
It is, in fact. You
diuretic.
Pee everywhere.
It's definitely going to clean.
Coming out like a fountain.
Come on. It's definitely going to clean your system out. We've also had past experiences where it cleans both systems out. hence its name Howling Roast. But this blonde roast didn't result in explosion. It only resulted in fountain.
That's why we're going for the dark roast.
So we're going for the dark roast here with this batch. And hopefully we get the full-on effect and we'll report back in, tell everybody how it went.
Trivia, howling roast, as the name suggests, comes from the noise you make when you're on the toilet afterwards. Wolf Bucks.
Howling Roast Classic.
Howling Roast Classic.
This will be vintage.
This will be vintage.
Vintage roast.
Yep.
So,
as you can see, you can actually smell the awesome dandelion coffee smell coming off of that. Look at all that nice burning dandelion.
Yeah, you can.
Oh, that just smells fantastic. In fact, once it's already roasted, it almost smells caramelly, like maple sugar or caramel or something. It's incredible.
It smells sweet. How about that?
Yeah, if you want to just be, you know, blunt about it.
Maple sugar and caramel smell nothing alike. It smells sugary. That's it.
Even though it doesn't taste sugary at all.
Yeah, it tastes like coffee.
Mm-hmm.
One thing to point out, the blonder the roast, the less coffee-like it tastes, the more dandelion tea-like it tastes. The darker the roast, the more coffee-like it tastes because it's scorched and burnt and gnarly.
This isn't even quite a blonde roast. This is a little bit in between. This is like really still pretty coffee flavored. In fact, very strong coffee flavor, but it doesn't have quite the punch you in the face of the dark, bold roast that we're working on right here.
All right, I think that's it for Dandelion 101.
Wannabes signing off.
Wannabes signing off. Patrick, Charles.
Yep.